Hi, this is Roland Jean Charles from PMI JCM Realty Group, where we manage properties from an asset management perspective. Today, I have a great article for you. It should be very interesting because this is something that's fairly new in the industry that a lot of people don't know about. And so I'm happy to be bringing to you now. And so today, we're going to be talking about little known strategies that guarantees rent even if the tenant doesn't pay. A lot of property managers and a lot of property owners don't know that even if the tenant doesn't pay their rent, you still have options other than eviction and anything else that you need to do in that process. You do have options, and there are strategies where you can protect your rent. And when you think about it, the rent is I guess, the most important part of the investment property task, right? Or that's the most important component, right? If the tenant doesn't pay the rent, you can't get your mortgage paid, and then you are not getting your ROI, right? And if you're not, making money on your property, then you're losing money, right? And so we don't want to go in that direction of losing money. We always want to make sure that we have our cash flow, and we also always want to make sure we get our rent, because that's how we make sure that we have our cash flow, right? And so the strategy that I'm going to be talking to you guys about is to guarantee the rent is insuring the rent. Now, this is a program that started out in Europe, UK, Australia. And basically what it does is the owner buys rent insurance. And this is not the same as your regular property and casualty insurance that you will get from your property and casualty insurance broker. This insurance specifically protects the rent for the property. So in the event that the tenant does not pay the rent, you can actually put a claim, and then they will pay you the rent for that month and for probably up to 3 months, I believe it is, with some programs, but it just really depends on the organization or the company that you get the insurance from. And so there are three reasons that every investor should use this strategy, right? So the first one is the insurance has a provision in there to protect from damages caused by the tenant. So whether that damage is intentional or that damage is unintentional, this coverage, this rent insurance actually provides a certain amount of coverage so that it makes the owner whole, and you can fix the property and get the damages repaired before you move your next tenant in. Now, this is very different than the security deposit that the tenant puts down, right? And you still can use that security deposit for normal wear and tear, and you can still use that security deposit for these damages as well. This will cover anything above and beyond that amount. And so basically, first, they're making sure that your rent gets paid and covered, and second, it's going to cover your any damages caused by the tenant, right? The second reason, which is really the first, right? It covers for the rent loss, right? And I've been talking about that since the beginning of this article, right? The rent loss, the most important part, gets covered, right? And this insurance tends to be about $300 for the year, and it can cover up to $3,000 to $5,000 in rent. I mean, when you look at that value, it's a no-brainer that this is something you should definitely have in your portfolio, your strategy, right? And then the next thing is that it covers the eviction costs, right? Who wants to keep a tenant in the property if they're not paying rent, right? The next thing you want to do is evict them, right? So they pay for rent to make sure your rent gets paid, your mortgage gets paid, you get your ROI, right? You get your cash flow. You have a provision that if the tenant caused any damage, that the damage of the property, you're able to repair that, right? And then on top of that, it gives you funds to evict the tenant if that's the route we end up having to go, right, to get the tenant out of the property. And so when you look at the benefits of having this insurance, there is no reason why any real estate or any real estate investor would not want to use this strategy. Now, the one caveat is this insurance is not typically given to self-managed property owners, right? So if you are a real estate investor and you're self-managing your property, they would probably not cover you in this insurance. However, if you hire a property manager, you can get this insurance through your property manager. I know for myself, I had to actually be onboarded with the insurance company, and I had to become a preferred uh, partner, and that's how I was able to offer this to my owners. Now, having said that, because it's an insurance product and I'm not a licensed insurance agent, I'm not allowed to get any kickbacks, and I don't get any kickbacks, and no property manager can get any kickbacks or type of um, any type of income from this. The only thing that we can do is offer it to our owners and have our owners benefit from it, right? So it's really clean and it's really a good program. So if you are a real estate investor and you don't have a property manager, get a property manager and get on this program. If you are a property manager, you need to start researching these type of companies that offer these programs, and then you need to start offering it to your client base. It's really a great program, and I think it should help everyone moving forward with managing the risk to their rental portfolio. If you like this article, I am going to be creating more articles. I am also going to be doing a webinar very, very soon. The link is going to be down below. You can also reach out to me on social media, on Facebook. I'm always available to help answer questions. I will start doing podcasts as well sometime in the near future to help answer questions and provide guidance to real estate investors and property managers who are looking to upskill themselves in the area of doing property management right, and getting the just really upgrading your skill set so that you can improve your revenue stream, right? Roland Jean Charles, PMI JCM Realty Group, thank you for your time and have a great day.